Good morning, everybody. It's Remedy Israel bringing you more information. Today's video is a continuation on the topic or subject matter of psychedelics and their connection with our lives and how they can be of benefit of a beneficial how they can benefit us in our everyday lives. Still in the book. Stanislav Grof, Realm of the Human Unconscious. So I went through one of the stages of the aesthetic and abstract experiences. Now this is the psychodynamic experiences. So I just want to think about this as like a magic school bus thing with Miss Frizzle. How when you talk about science and stuff, and then she make herself small and actually take you into the human body, and you can actually see things for yourself. I don't have all that. I don't have no magic like that, but that's the example that I'm using. I want to take you on a deep understanding, give you a deep understanding of psychedelics, because everybody's just on the surface understanding of what psychedelics are. They think you see big bugs and it's just crazy what people think when they think about that. But the people who are telling you those things probably were already crazy before they even started taking it. But this is about the psychodynamic experiences, and then there's two more different stages. So this is the psychodynamic. So the experiences that belong to this category originate in the realm of the individual unconscious and in some areas of the personality that are accessible in usual states of consciousness. They are related to important memories, emotional problems, unresolved conflicts, and repressed material from various life periods of the individual. Grof writes that understanding these problems requires two things. One is it requires knowledge of Freud's basic principles of unconscious dynamics, and especially dream work. And the second thing it requires is a familiarity with the peculiarity of the LSD state and its symbolic language. This is the primary focus of psycholytic therapy. So this is way bigger than what people think. We're talking about a substance that actually allows you to go into the part of yourself that you didn't mess with no more, that you didn't F with no more at all, but you just think you forgot about it. You forgot about it, but your immune system and your body and your unconscious mind didn't forget about it. It's stored somewhere. It was put on an extinction schedule, but it's just in danger, I guess. It's not extinct all the way. It's still inside you somewhere, hiding, laying dormant, I guess you could say, but still there. You just can't see it. It's still there, and it's coloring your life in a dark way. It's giving you an aggressant view, an obfuscated view of your life and your world and your place in this world and your connection to this world. So my job is to come here and connect you to information. I love what Jason Silva does. He sees that our lives are filled with all of these moments of the past. Oh, remember we had so much fun back in the day, and all the 5 years ago and 6 years ago, and nobody can. Well, how come there's nobody up there that's saying now this is the beautiful moment? Jason Silva did a beautiful job with that, and I commend him with that. But I want to do the same thing that he does because it's so important, and I want to connect people, plug people into the information without the bias, without the without the BS and the clouds going around everything. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Let's get through all the fog and the cloud and get straight to the point. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing you an understanding of psychedelics and their place in our society. You may just have heard of all the stories when they were being pushed politically by the people who don't even know anything about this stuff. And they just pushed it out the way because of whatever reason, mainly because this world is not for original thinkers. When it comes to art and stuff like that, they are to a certain extent, but they really want a society of robots. That's why you're taught when you go to school to be a good worker. You're not taught to get your own business. You're not taught to think outside the box. So, and actually, psychedelics do that. You have people like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, and one of them said that the most important thing that they've done, or let me not say that. I'm remembering the list of people who took all of the who were given substances, the psychedelic substances, and they took it. You know, large groups of people in colleges, and a lot of them said that it was the most important thing that they've ever done with in their life. It was right up there with having a baby. Some people just said it was the best experience that they've ever had, or life altering for the better experience. So yeah, like what is it? Silicon Valley in California or Los Angeles or whatever, they're doing crazy right now with the psychedelics and all the creativity that's pumping out from there and flowing out of there. It's crazy. I mean, you have stories of people, elderly men. This one elderly man said that, or this one guy said that he knows this old man who was living on the shore, on a beach shore. And I guess he bought the house because he wanted to hear the waves splashing on the shore. And you know, all the beauty taking everything else in too. But as he got older and older and older, he couldn't even hear the waves splashing no more because his ears were shutting down on him. Why did his nephew, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or grandson, might have been Paul Stamets? I feel like I got this information from one of Paul Stamets' videos. And he did something, he, you know, gave him some psilocybin mushrooms, and it was able to turn up his hearing. Whatever part of your, the hair, the vibrations, the tympanum, which is Latin for drum, the tympanum membrane or tympanic membrane, whatever it's called, but it means drum, your eardrum. Whatever it did, for some reason the psychedelics activated that and made it very efficient, brought it back to its optimal level of functioning. And he could hear it. And not even that, he heard an ant that was like right on a ledge, right in front of him, walking, tick, 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 tick. And he heard that, and he was never able to hear that, nor was he able to hear the waves on the beach. But psychedelics are very, very significant, and they have a very, very, very big benefit for humanity if it's put in the right context, put in the right coordinate, to put in the right place, the right perspective and everything. Then things can be looked at in a more wholesome view. And people won't just be sitting there talking about, oh, LSD are bad because they heard the stories coming from the politicians that are just trying to scare everybody to staying into a robot mind frame and not thinking outside of the box. Because really in the beginning, the people who were talking about psychedelics really didn't know anything about it, talking about it destroys DNA, gene damage and all this stuff, and it did none of that stuff. It put holes in your brain. It does none of that stuff. Oh, and one of the other videos that I just did about psychedelics, I said that psychedelics are neurotoxic. I meant to say they aren't neurotoxic, which means they're not toxic to the brain. And all the psychopharmacologists or whatever, they already know this stuff. That if you're going to do anything, you're best off doing a psychedelic if you know what amount to take and everything like that. And recreationally, or because you really feel like you need it and you're somewhere in California was going through some of the things and the testing trials that they're going through from, what is it, MAPS, the funding for all these experiments and scientific research on psychedelics and everything like that. But all this information is out there. But if you don't connect yourself to it, you're going to be left listening to the lies and the stories made up from politicians way back 30, 40, 50 years ago that has all been dispelled. Not the right way, not on a big platform like it should be, because there's still people out there that will never take psychedelics based on the stories that they heard. Oh, you might take a psychedelic and walk off a building and fly. I never thought about doing that. And I have had experiences before when I was, years ago, where it was really, really strong, but I never seen bugs and dinosaurs walking around, and I never felt like I could jump off a building and fly, or just stand in the sun. I heard stories of people stayed looking at the sun all day until they turned blind. Come on, man. Now there is stories people could look at their hands for a long time, like wow, and stuff like that. But it's just giving you like they say, you can never come. How much time is this?
8.
8 minutes. Okay. What was I gonna say? About the psychedelic experiences. But basically, whatever, I feel the energy about what I was going to say, but I kind of forgot. But I'm going to just keep going, though. But if you're not going to either experiment with them yourself or just do the research and read and stuff like that, then people should not have things to say if they're just speaking on these things based on what people said 50 years ago. There needs to be a revival or a reorienting of the structure and the reality of psychedelics and their significancy in the world. You have like Dave Nichols, who's the foremost leading expert of LSD, the only person that the government is even letting mess with LSD right now, or unless it's connected to the MAP program and everything like that. But yeah, why aren't the experts saying bad things about drugs? I mean, some of them do. They do keep it real and be like, yo, if you're not careful, you can get messed up with this stuff. Just like with anything, you can get messed up if you're not doing it the right way, how it was designed to be in this world. But yeah, this is basically, I just shared with you the psychodynamic experiences, which is all of those bad experiences or bad emotions, repressed feelings, emotional problems, unresolved conflicts, all of that stuff. If it's so bad, then why is it telling you to deal with that? That's a therapy. That's a therapy that's posing as a drug. That's a therapist that's posing as a drug. It's really a therapist. If it's telling you to deal with the things that you need to deal with, marijuana does not really have that ability. It slows people's momentums down. There's been studies out there that says it makes men less. A man has a certain drive, a certain power to his drive. I'm going to go out here and do this. I'm going to go out here and do that. The marijuana kind of takes that away. Let's not even talk about alcohol. You'll just be ended up crying, talking about some BS to somebody you don't even know, and you just fall down and break down. You're just destroying your whole brain. The people who've done alcohol, when their body's dead in the morgue or whatever, when they're going through their body doing whatever, getting it ready or whatever, when you try to pick up their brain is like mud. That's what that alcohol does to you. After you've lived a long period of time of you drinking, that's what it does to you. But the psychopharmacologists have already said that psychedelics are neurotoxic. They don't stay in your brain and attach to the receptor sites. They don't stay there. They're in your system and out so fast. These other drugs that they're pushing and stuff like that, they stay in your body for a long time. And marijuana, I believe marijuana is good. It's a healthy thing if done the right way. But even that stays in your system for what, 30 days, maybe even longer than that. But yeah, LSD, I think the longest it may stay in there is maybe a day. I think actually, I don't even think it actually stays in there for a whole day. I think it's even less than that. But yeah, psychodynamic experiences are what this video was about. And I just, I try to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And then after I talk about what I'm going to talk about, I'm now confusing myself. First, I give you an introduction of what the video is going to be. Then I actually go into it and then, get into the in-depth material of the video. Then after, I try to give you a brief summation to basically, envelop everything that I was talking about. So yeah, this is about psychodynamic experiences and how important and how effective lysergic acid diethylamide is amongst all the other ones. But this is primarily dealing with lysergic acid diethylamide and the studies from Stanislav Grof, which is a European expert in psychedelics. But I just want to share with you this information and tell you to stay on a forward propulsion, keep propelling yourself forward to the future and stay on a path of transformation, growth. I forgot who said it, but was it Albert Hoffman, or I think it was Albert Hoffman, but whoever it was, they said that the reason why we are here in this world is to experience the beauty of the world. And I think it might have been Albert Hoffman. But let's do that. If you like my videos, like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day. Peace.